So how could we figure out where the purple sand comes from? Or really, where any sand comes from, even the more common tan-colored sand? Well, what would be nice is if we could look at some sand close up, like under a magnifying lens, or even under a microscope. So let's do that. Let's get a little closer look. Here we go, it's closer. But let's get even more close. Whoa, now we're really zoomed in. When you look at sand under a microscope, like you're seeing here, what do you notice? Well, you can see that sand is actually made of tiny rocks. The one you've been looking at here is more of the common sand, tan-colored sand. And you can see that there's tan-colored rocks there. But there are different colored sands. There's such a thing as green sand. Green sand is made of tiny green rocks. Purple sand, like you saw earlier, well, you can see up close, it's made of tiny purple rocks. Where could tiny purple rocks have come from? If you looked all around this beach, you'd see that there are some cliffs nearby. Now, one idea you might have had is maybe the ocean waves sometimes crash against the cliffs and make that sand. But if you go look up close at the cliffs, you'll notice that the rocks of the cliffs aren't the same color as the tiny rocks the sand is made of. The rocks of the cliffs aren't purple. So it's probably not that. Could the sand come from out in the ocean itself? That's a good idea, but a scuba diver went out into the ocean and found that the only purple sand was the sand near the beach. There were no purple rocks in the ocean out there, just very fine white sand and brown rocks. So where could that purple sand have come from? Where is some place that has purple rocks? For many years, no one knew. But one day, a hiker found rocks like these, some distance away, in some nearby mountains. Notice that the rocks look purple. Their color does look just like the color of the sand. Now on the mountain, there's a sign that tells people to be careful of falling rocks. When it rains, rocks often tumble down mountains and bang into the side of the mountain as they do. Could it be that these purple rocks on the mountain have something to do with the purple sand at Pfeiffer Beach? But if they did, that would mean that somehow the rocks on this mountain are being broken into tiny pieces and then being moved many miles all the way to the beach. What could do that?